Hey. Hi. Hey, Sunshine Granny. Hey, Grimace. Hey, Apier. Well, disagree. I don't think anything of value is lost today. Hey, Buttercup. Ah, you mean that loss? It's a better comic than anything Scott Adams died. Apier, the creator of Dilbert, who went hey Len, who went way off the deep end into you know, became far right and conspiracy theorist and also racist. He became an asshole. Hey, Shelly. Hey, Brooka. Hey, Uncle Buck. What's going? Absolutely nothing as usual. Uh, Scott Adams died, creator of the Dilbert comic. The guy who created the comic Dilbert, he died. And I'm saying it's not a loss because he was an asshole. Way deep into conspiracy theory bullshit. For back in 2020, hey, Girl Scout, Scott Adams died, the creator of Dilbert. Back in 2020, hey, Mellow Me Mind. Just boiled cauliflower, it's very stinky. Ew. Yeah, back in 2020, he tweeted something about like, if Joe Biden wins, you'll all be dead within a year. Like it was just the why he just got into the wildest fucking conspiracy theories. When I heard he went off the deep end, wanted to like him. Yeah, hey Canadian girl, nothing. I lost nothing. Scott Adams died. So I was saying, you know, that there is no great loss in Scott Adams dying. Dilbert sounds vaguely familiar. I guarantee you have seen Dilbert comic strips at somewhere you worked, everywhere you worked, every place you have ever worked, every job you have ever had. Somebody put some fucking Dilbert strip up. Because it was like newspaper comic, because newspaper comic carried to like every goddamn newspaper for years. It was workplace comedy. You know, a lot of jokes about management being stupid and evil. You know, incompetent co-workers. Coming back to you. Yeah. Dogbert was totally like the predecessor of Brian and Family Guy. Sort of, in that they were both talking dogs, but Dogbert, as I recall, was basically like, you know, abusive management type. Whereas, you know, Brian's whole thing is that he's sort of a liberal version of an everyman kind of thing. The liberal everyman. Brian's like the liberal everyman. When we were young, we called people Dilberts. Hey, Thomas. Other dill holes. Yeah, so here's an example of a Dilbert strip. The pointy-haired boss, the lady with the big hair, Dilbert with his tie, like. Hey, Northern Lights, hey, strawberries. The thing is, like, back in the 90s, sure, they were, Dilbert was pretty funny back in the 90s. My oily BMs has decided. Good to know. I'll let you know. That no longer resembles the Exxon Valdez. Thank you, Strawberries, for sharing that. It's a very important status update. We appreciate you sharing that with us. They say sharing is caring, and it's clear just how much you care about us. Oh, Chantel's upset. Did she say if there's any particular reason that she's upset? Not about peanut oil? I mean, it is getting pretty expensive. Drink for people order fries are fried in. She's getting very mad. It's the den you might move into. Yeah, the big closet. Cranky, I think. We all get there. We all get that way. Room is the cat litter room. And I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be the cat litter room anymore if I moved in. Don't know where we'd put the cat litter. She actually did offer me the big. I mean, I think they're the same room. I think they're this. I think they're about the same size. She did actually offer me the other bedroom. I pointed out that like the cat is hers, and she has she has a like that bedroom has a window, so it's important for the cat to have access to a window. So I told her, yeah, it's better for her to have that one. Cat in my room. As far as privacy, yeah. So like, did she show like did she like show off like the inside the room and everything? So what I was thinking, the way I was thinking, desk in it's a painting. Desk like in the corner, like along the wall that the door is on. It's like along that door side wall. Just have my desk sort of in the corner there. Bed would be opposite wall, sort of in the middle. Does it work? Barely. It would barely work. Because like I did some measuring, and I'm pretty sure sitting at my desk, like if I set it up that way, I'm pretty sure that sitting at my desk, I would be able to put my feet on the bed. You know, like sitting like at the desk, like as I am right now, like sitting as I am right now, I'd be able to rest my feet on the bed. Needs to be storage for your boxes. Yeah, it's gonna have to like they would just sort of be stacked in corners, I think. Like initially, I would probably have my comic boxes. But he just got her main course delivered. Rice, general, sow chicken, salad rolls. Oh, sounds good. Large New York fries and gravy was our appetizer. Okay. So yeah, I think what I do initially is have my boxes so against the in like the back corner across from my desk, so that I could have so that I could hopefully still balance these things on top and have them still on camera. Hopefully, and try to figure out some way to still have them on camera. Like you people don't get appetizers; you're all over. I mean, I wouldn't use New York. I wouldn't use a thing of fries as an appetizer. Fries would be like on the side. Like if I'm getting a large fry, that's probably my meal. No plans yet. I do still want to get a job before I move. I do want a. She's cranky. Yeah, she might be hangry. Yeah, I do still want to be employed before I move anywhere. Hangry, shaped, large fry. True. That's a fair point, Buttercup. Using the shelves or tabletops. The boxes, yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking initially. I would want to get like an actual bookshelf. Like if I do move in with her, if I'm able to find a fucking job and move in with her, I will probably end up getting an actual bookcase. And then that would be, the bookcase would be on the opposite wall so that I could have these things and other things sort of on camera while I'm live. That would be what I would. That's what I was thinking. That said, who the fuck knows? Cook better because I want to have an actual fucking job before I do. So that I could actually contribute to the household expenses. But who the fuck knows when that'll happen? I mean, I'm barely making like. You just need to get painting the window. So here's the thing, Strutters. So this month, like this upcoming pay, my pay for January, this pay that I'm about to get like in a little over a week, that's going to be $1,000. That's not bad. $1,000 is not bad for YouTube. So far, for the month of January, almost halfway through the month, I'm sitting at less than $100. $75 earned so far this month. Person in the world who actually gets hungry watching Chantel eat. I'll probably make like it will be more than that because there are memberships, but like that doesn't include memberships, I don't think. Yeah, you have to make more than $100 to actually get paid. That's a big difference. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Start making more content streams. What can I heat up in the microwave kind of stuff? Hello, pause. More quiz streams. My quizzes are not. My quizzes don't bring in a lot of people. I just want to eat what she is eating. Truth is, none of my actual content, none of what I actually do brings in a lot of viewers. What'll sometimes bring in lots of viewers is when there's drama related to Chantel. Go to Walmart and ride a scooter? No. Let's make some drama. What you guys? MIA. Yeah, that'll get that young. So even then, I think I'm seeing less and less from that sort of thing coming on, happening. Let me start rumors in here before, but I did crush them all because rumors aren't nice. So if they just come over here and start cussing you out. Oh, tell Foodie to come over here and start cussing me out. Honestly, it would probably get people coming in. Chantel talking shit about me would genuinely boost my viewership. Do I get streamed from the luxury apartment? Yeah, right. I think that's why. My this pay is going to be $1,000, is because it comes like I did get a sudden burst of viewers for a couple days after Chantel, talked some shit about me. I will say, I'm pretty sure a lot of the people who came in didn't give a shit about me. They were just trying to use me as a cudgel against her because they hate her. And I did not fall for it. So, yeah, and it's just like I said, it's if I move back in with her, yes, I will get some more viewers. They can't handle your visual novel. They don't deserve your Chantal drama, right? No, don't badmouth her. She is still my best friend. Hey, Faust. Or Faust. Hey, Faust. I don't draw. Hey, alien person. Hey, channels are losing their channels are funny. That is good. Wait through my latest FF7 extravaganza. Though, in all honesty, like, hey, Catherine. Good night, Catherine. Ah, yes, the murder at Gold Saucer. That was the latest one. But yeah, I don't honestly like the hate. Even the hate channels, like, I don't even want them losing their channels. I just want them to to stop being hate channels. I just want them to stop being hate grifters, rage grifters. I think it'd be and healthier for. I think it'd be healthier for them, more mentally healthier for them. To like talk about shit they enjoy. Hey, Megan. Does this apply full circle? What do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean by that. She told people to come. Well, that's nice of her to tell people to check me out. Yeah, like it's. And I mean, not even just like the hate channel towards Chantel. I just like. YouTube has a lot of rage grifters in general. An ecosystem built on making people angry. And I don't think it's emotionally healthy. Like talking about this while saying that Scott Adams lost no big loss. Because his death is no big loss. Dude was an asshole. He was a rage grifter. He was one of the people who built. I don't even know if he was a grifter, frankly. He might have been a true believer, but like he was somebody who had gone all in on rage and hate. Do you think all reactors are hate channels? Not necessarily, I mean, there's a lot of positive reaction channels, but I mean, like, the people. I mean, assume you mean like reactors to like other YouTubers. I would say context is important. Like, oh, hi Chantel, hi Chantel's viewers, hi everybody. But to give an example of like reactors not necessarily being hate channels. So let's say that I'm a comic book guy. I like comic books, and I am very much woke, or I like to think of myself as woke. Hey, Kimmy, that was nice. so small, but so yeah, so like there's a lot of YouTube channels dedicated to complaining about the state of modern comics, complaining about woke comics and shit like that. So let's say I decided to, move into reacting to those videos. If all I'm doing is insulting the people, then yeah, it's just a hate channel. But if I am like, discussing their points, explaining like why I disagree with them, why I think that their arguments are wrong, why I'm bringing up examples from the past that sort of, that sort of counteract their the arguments they're making. If I'm like doing a critical analysis. Hey, Perpetual Goose. If I'm doing a critical analysis of those videos. That's not hate reaction. That is critical analysis. That is criticism. So are all reaction channels hate channels? No, because some of them are legitimately designed for critical thought, critical analytical criticism. Hey boop. Remember when you slapped a cheese slice in her head? Sort of. She told me to, or did she? Did she tell me to do it, or did I just do it on my own? I don't remember that part. They're obsessing over a few people only. Yeah. Hey, Aurora. Think if it's public, that it can get criticism, that's more criticism. Sure. But I also think intention matters. Like honest intentions. Are they trying to do sincere criticism, or are they just taking shit out of context in order to make fun of a person? When religious people won't listen to any critique of their ideas, they take it as a personal attack, so frustrating. But at the same time, if they're not looking for a debate on, you know, if a religious person isn't looking for a debate on their religion, then someone trying to start a debate with them is just being kind of an asshole. Hey, Jira. You're not blocked. Oh, Kiara. Sorry. Hi, Kiara. I'm sorry. I called you Chera. Hi, Kiara. You're not blocked. YouTube is just weird sometimes. YouTube just sometimes like eats comments for no reason. I remember with only one bathroom. Unless just commenting was being publicly presented. Sure, but I mean, like I said, I mean, there are people who've like, you know, their whole business model is shitting on somebody. And usually it's somebody who, let's be honest, doesn't really matter. Yeah, Chantel's my best friend. Ride or die. But she doesn't really matter. She's not a big celebrity. She's not doing anything. No toilet seat? What? Well, that would need to be fixed before I moved in. But like she's not like she is in the grand scheme of things just a random person. She sits in the room. Well, she's got the ass for it. I don't. Did I poop when I was there? I pooped. I did poop most. I did poop when I visited her. I think maybe even the first day. She has a toilet seat. People get upset when they're lied to. Yeah, but like also you're not entitled to the personal details of a person's life. Like if a person wants to keep details private, they are entitled to that. Thought she said it broke. Yeah, it's she lies to keep things. She lies to hide certain private details that she doesn't want people to know about. That's totally fine. She has a seat, but scared she'll break it. Nice different. Again, context matters. Previous occasions when Chantel came back to Canada for a visit, you know, I met with her. I hung out with her a couple times. She did not want people to know that we had hung out, so I lied and said that we didn't hang out. I don't feel at all guilty about that. She gave you a deal at the apartment. I mean, it's not about having a deal. Like I said, I want to be able to contribute. Yeah, that's definitely not a good idea. $500. Like I said, I do want to just have like an actual job. And doesn't care. Right, but she wanted to keep it private. Scrutinized for every little thing she says or does it. She very much is. She absolutely is scrutinized for everything, every single thing she says and does, which is not fair to her. Oh yeah, I've applied for jobs. I applied for one last night. Not gonna get it. There's one I was looking at. It's like, oh hey, this seems like a good match. And then I'm scrolling down, like not open for residents of BC and Ontario. I'm like, what? Fuck you then. Go make snowballs. Good night, Aurora. So yeah, the people who are making um I kind of have a door. but it's like partly see-through, translucent, transparent, opaque. Shit. What's the word? When it's like when something is like partly see-through. Is that transparent? I thought transparent, for some reason I was thinking transparent was completely see-through. Translucent. It's translucent was the one I was trying to think of. It was translucent was the word. So yeah, the door is translucent. Can't have a real door with no window. Makes sense. So yeah, the door is translucent. Someone asked how you take care of business now. Like I said, I would be in the corner. That's a 50-cent word. Put something over it. Yeah, maybe. Like I said, I would be in the corner, so I would not be visible. Blackout curtain installed on command strip. Rod. Won't block the light. Yeah, like it's so yeah, some light still does get through. I mean, that place went horribly. I mean, it's all going to depend on whether I can get a goddamn job that gives more than 8 fucking hours a week after laying me off for a month and a fucking half. Gonna be trying to watch lesbian porn. She's gonna walk by screaming about peanut oil and New York fries. Oh, the other thing is I'd need to use my earphones. I do have some earphones, which can't use with this phone. Walmart across the parking lot. What are you saying that I should jerk off in the Walmart? Because I don't know about that. Not compatible. No, it's just this this model. It doesn't have a jack for headphones. I'd need Bluetooth earphones, and fuck that, I'm not doing that shit. Absolutely not getting fucking Bluetooth earphones. The technology desk. Walmart bathroom. Because I don't want to fucking lose them. I hate Bluetooth shit in general. Everything's fucking Bluetooth. Like everything is they're trying to make every goddamn thing fucking Bluetooth now. Like I got my mom a mouse for Christmas. Like my mom needed a new mouse for her computer, so I picked up a mouse for her. Basically the same model I've got. Just shitty little, just basic, shitty little basic mouse. There were so few that actually came with wires. Never seen a ghost, no, Sean. Like there were almost no mice that were just plugged into the computer. They were all Bluetooth. I kind of want like I mentioned, I was telling my mom it was just a basic wired mouse, and my brother was agreeing that when he needed to replace his mouse, he didn't want a Bluetooth mouse either. You got to charge that shit. It's annoying. Batteries run out and all that, and he had trouble finding one that wasn't Bluetooth. It's just like they're all Bluetooth. If I ever need to replace my keyboard, you'll be like, okay, where's the keyboard that isn't Bluetooth? That plugs right into that just plugs from the keyboard into the computer. Where's the mouse that plugs from the mouse into the keyboard or into the computer? Hate Bluetooth shit. Okay, Grandpa. Get off my damn lawn. I think the letters on keyboard should be bigger. Probably. Bolder. So yeah, I mean, it's just like, so yeah, I am an old man. I don't want. I want technology that's like tried and true. I want technology that just it works. I don't want to have to constantly worry about remembering to charge my mouse. I just want to plug my mouse into my computer and boom, done. That's it. Can use it forever until, at least until it breaks down because it's still technology. But you have to charge it. You have to remember to charge it. The hell with that. I don't need to charge this. This never needs to be charged. Did you get to charge your phone? No, I'm kind of neurotic about it. I plug it in every night. When I go to bed every night, I plug my phone batteries. Oh, yay. So now I need to start worrying about batteries? Batteries aren't cheap. Batteries aren't cheap. This does not need fucking batteries. This just plug in, go. It works until it reaches the end of its life cycle, I will never need to worry about this just randomly cutting out on me because, the batteries are dying. Rechargeable batteries. Again. Or I can use something that that does not need batteries. They're not free. They're expensive compared to not needing them. Batteries are more expensive than not needing batteries. I would much, much, much prefer something that never needs batteries. Till they get getting by soon. Not too worried about that with my mouse. My mouse blasts through batteries. It's crap, and yeah, they're dear enough. How do magnets work? I don't know. What do I look like? The insane clown posse? Me too, if you know what I mean. Keep the door closed, keep the kitten out. I mean, like, if I'm in my bedroom, I'm going to be either sleeping, in which case the door will be closed, or I'll be at my desk, in which case if the kitten comes in, I can keep an eye on her. Cat box in there. I imagine the cat box would not be in my bedroom if I was in the bedroom, if I moved in. BG is so adorable. She is a very cute cat. She is a very pretty kitty. Does it have a door? I have a door. It closes. I have a door. It's just not like a. It's not like a. Not like a hinge door. Getting mutton chops? Nah, I don't think I'd want a mutton chop. Anyway, I'm gonna get more water. I'll be back in a minute. Hey, Stephanie. No plans at the moment to move. Not until I would want an actual job first. Something that I'd want to be making some reasonable money. Door right next to the refrigerator. Don't have to leave your room. I mean, not that close to the refrigerator. Right near the apartment. Yeah. So right now I'm renting a bedroom from in the house of an older couple. It's right next to the refrigerator. I think you'll definitely have no privacy. fact that it's right next to the refrigerator is why I have to keep leaving my room. Active Girls Day of the Night. I've never actually asked. Probably. I think I am, but I've never asked. Anywho, I'm gonna change the subject. Had to update a couple of my up to the bill. Okay, weirdly, it never came up. Had to update a couple of my webcomic bookmarks. There are a few webcomics that I used to access through Hiveworks. Hiveworks was like this website that sort of like hosted a bunch of different webcomics. You know, help them set up their own sites, help them run Kickstarters for print editions, advertising, and promotion, things like that. I do not read Sonichu. Yeah. It was a great idea. And, for a little while, it, was very good. Looks like it's going to be shutting down pretty soon because they're like $340,000 in debt. Most of the staff have left. Most of the comics are offboarding from it, leaving it. Looking for Canadian, including First Nation graphic novels. First Nations, I can't really help much with. For Canadian, Mariko Tamaki and Jillian Tamaki. Those two, they're cousins. They've worked together a few times, and they both got their own stuff as well. They're both very good at what they do. Faith Erin Hicks is great. Adventures of Superhero Girl. Adventures of Superhero Girl by Faith Erin Hicks is really good. Hey, Mike. Super Mutant Magic Academy by Jillian Tamaki is a really fun one. This One Summer by Mariko and Jillian Tamaki is regular kind, Sean. Yeah, This One Summer by Mariko and Jillian Tamaki was very critically acclaimed. Official note taker in this chat. But anyway, yeah. So Hiveworks, it looks like it's coming down. So the comics that I was accessing through there, I had to update my bookmarks to add them to my to an actual bookmark list. I got them to my actual bookmarks. Wish this is democracy. It's not. This is a dictatorship. You know, this is a straight up tyranny, and I'm the tyrant. Like it's water, Sean. That aspect about an aspect of my life, yeah, that would be terrible. That would be terrible. Yeah, one of the people at Hive Works who like was heavily involved in the day to day running of things, like very, very, very heavily involved in it. She's got a webcomic of her own that she's been doing for a while. With like she's the artist, and you know she's been working with the writer, or I think she's the artist. Anyway, she's got a webcomic that she's been doing, working on someone else with for years. I have to admit, I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with that because now that all the shit is like being made public, yeah, she's the artist on it. It's on shirt today. Looks familiar. Lila Cheney, Milky Way Tour 86. Lila Cheney comes from Marvel Comics, X-Men, specifically the New Mutants. She is an intergalactic rock star and thief. She's amazing. A moon rock? I do not have a moon rock. Hey, West Coast lass. Thief. She's a rock star and a thief. Cool. Oh, she's awesome. Do you know any magic tricks? I don't. Actually, no. I do know a few magic tricks. Um, I can't show them on YouTube, um, but ask your mom about them. Magician vibes. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not. Make it through the Milky Way to see the lights are faded and heaven is overrated. Did you fall from a shooting star? Can't pull a rabbit out of a hat, but I can pull a hair out of my ass. Not bad, not bad. Eh. Oh, this one summer should be easy enough to find. That, like I said, that one was very popular. Do you have any racist jokes? Yes, but I'm not going to say them. Just made you acknowledge drops of Jupiter. I noticed, Uncle Buck. Last night I watched the roast of Chevy Chase. Racist joke Patreon video. I mean, I did do a reaction to a Yeah Mad video. Do they still do those roasts? I think so. Pretty sure they do. Yeah, I mean, I did do a reaction to a Yeah Mad video, and that I think had a couple of kind of racist jokes. Yeah, it was fun. Mostly. It was mostly funny. And it wasn't quite as vicious as I'd actually expected. It was definitely kind of vicious. But I will confess I'd expected a little bit more. Chantal's reacting to videos of herself shitting her pants. It was it was definitely harsher than most of the roasts. But like the reputation it's gotten is that it was like, yeah. It was only aired once. Chevy Chase went back to his hotel. Like afterwards, Chevy Chase went back to his hotel room and cried. Yeah, it's got a reputation as being especially personal and vicious. And like, yeah, it was more personal and more brutal than most roasts. But I was kind of expecting it to be even harsher than it was. That said, Stephen Colbert completely murdered him. Like Stephen Colbert just completely and totally murdered him. Mark Maron, who, by the way, young Mark Maron is fucking weird to see. Yeah, Mark Maron, he went up and he was said that you know, that before the show, Chevy Chase, he's saying that before the show, Chevy Chase had asked, "Who are these nobodies? How can this be funny?" It's like, well, at least I'm a nobody at the start of my career. And the delivery was in such a way that it's like, oh, that felt personal. That did not feel like a joke. That felt like it was. That felt like a sincere fuck you. The rest are just Greg Giraldo, Lisa Lampanelli, Mark Maron, Paul Schaefer was the host. Beverly D'Angelo was actually really good. Beverly D'Angelo sang a song about how she can't fuck without falling in love. It's just, that was out of nowhere, but very good. Love her. She seems honestly like really good. Stephen Colbert, as I mentioned, who, as I said, completely murdered him. Todd Barry, Richard Belzer, Al Franken, who was easily the worst of the night. Al Franken was easily the least funny of the bunch there. Lorraine Newman was the other one. And yeah, Lorraine Newman was there as well. There's also a video bit from Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Nathan Lane. Roasty, is that their copy? So yeah, there was a video bit from Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Nathan Lane, who were in the process of filming Three Amigos 2. And talking and sort of making jokes about the fact that that Chevy Chase was not invited back to do the second one. So the thing that got me watching the roast, though, well, the first three Amigos was from the 80s. Was this reaction term? It varied. Have you ever shotgun before? No. Sometimes, like, he laughed a few times. Like, there are a few of those kinds of laughs. Like, nothing, no real belly laughs. And there were other times that, like, he did genuinely seem hurt and even a little bit annoyed. And I have to wonder if he just doesn't have a great sense of humor about himself. Like, I can understand him not laughing about jokes about his struggles with addiction. Him not finding jokes about his struggles with addiction funny. Absolutely, I can absolutely understand that. That is not something that everybody wants to laugh about. Some people can laugh about it. Some people, it's not funny to them. Al Franken was the main one making fun of his addiction. Greg Giraldo did make a joke about it being possible to snort the funny right out of you. A joke that, like, 8 years later, Greg Giraldo would die of because of his drug addiction. So, yeah, Greg. In retrospect, not as funny, Greg. Most people were just talking about, like, you know, the fact that his career was in the shitter by 2002. Yeah, most of the bits were just about how he was just completely washed up. Because by that point, yeah, he was totally washed up. Yeah, it was like still a few years out from Community revitalizing his career briefly before he got fired from that for being a dick who was difficult to work with. Should he stand up? No. I do not have a tight five. I got nothing. I got no jokes. But yeah, it was Chantel and I used to watch those Comedy Central roasts. And usually the person being roasted would be laughing their ass off. Even at some truly vicious jokes. You watch some of those roasts, and the roasters were not holding back at all. And the person being roasted would be killing themselves with laughter. Chevy Chase, a lot more subdued, and I have to wonder if it was one of those things where, like, does he just not have a great sense of humor about himself? He was always fine playing, a dumbass character. He was always fun playing a character who would be the butt of the joke. But does he not much like being the butt of the joke himself? We got Sundance. Well, again, this is 2002. So this was long before, like, this is over 20 years ago. He wasn't young, but, he wasn't anywhere near as old as he is now. Yeah, this is, like I said, 2002. Stephen Colbert was still on The Daily Show. Mark Maron didn't even have a beard, didn't even have facial hair, was like clean shaven. Greg Giraldo was still alive. These days, yeah, like, roasting Chevy Chase these days, yeah, I mean, he's old enough, like, he very well may have, you know, he very well may have, you know, health issues, that it's possible I watched it back then. Like I said, it only aired once, apparently. Hey, Killface. Your memory is terrific. Alcohol is commonly present at those rests. Well, yeah, absolutely. And probably drugs, too, frankly, because comedians. Comedy Central roaster thing I watched back then. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, Chantel and I used to watch those. Most of them were pretty good. The Shatner roast was mostly really good, aside from fucking Andy Dick. Um, Bob Saget roast was really good for the most part. Hell, it's hilarious, but like sucks because that oof slipped my socks and just bust my ass and head plank style. Oof, that's rough, kill face. That sucks. I forget which roast Cloris Leachman was at. Not your day. Was Bob Saget. Thought it might have been the Saget roast. But I do remember Cloris Leachman like as being one of my favorite roasters ever. She was she brought the house down. I think because she seems like this proper old lady, like this proper old woman, like very proper grammar and she New Orleans Anthony Jeselnik can straight roast. she seems like very prim and proper, and then she talks about doing and then she went on an extended bit about doing Tijuana donkey shows. It's just unexpected. I gotta pee. I'll be back in a minute. Yes, I wash my hands. I always wash my hands. Is a bare hand toucher. Right, but it's important to remember your hands are almost certainly your hands almost certainly have way more germs on them than your dick. Miss Vanna and Beaker. Yeah, Buttercup was here earlier. Vanna didn't show up. Vanna wasn't here today, unfortunately. And hey, there's Buttercup. I am boring. I'm just reading about the roasts. The Comedy Central roasts. Down in a hole. I keep reading those. Yep. Did Goldie Hawn chat? No. Goldie Hawn wasn't there. They did a few movies together. Twice, actually. It was the second time he'd been roasted. He'd been roasted like years earlier by the New York Friars Club. He got roasted again, like for Comedy Central, in collaboration with the New York Friars Club. His first roast apparently was, a pretty normal roast and went pretty well. It went as you would expect a roast to go. It was the 2002 one that the Friars Club and Comedy Central did together. That one, he ended up going back to his hotel room and crying afterwards. Paul Schaefer had to comfort him. Paul Schaefer was probably the biggest star on the stage, frankly, which should tell you something. At least at the time. Stephen Colbert was there, and Stephen Colbert absolutely went on to become huge. But at the time, Paul Schaefer was probably the biggest star actor on the stage, which should tell you something about the quality of the guests they had. And I suppose, Beverly D'Angelo. Beverly D'Angelo is not a nobody. I'll say that. Beverly D'Angelo. Very well regarded. Beverly D'Angelo's hot AF. Indeed. But yeah, she did all of the National Lampoon movies with him. Yeah. Say that as I. Oh yeah, people absolutely like Beverly D'Angelo. People absolutely like her. Fish Bean Time Cluck to perform as an outfit roasts in Christmas Vacation. Yeah, I mean Beverly D'Angelo. People love Beverly D'Angelo. So she was actually probably she actually would have been the biggest star on stage. You're saying this is not amazing. So yeah, Beverly D'Angelo, followed by Paul Schaefer as the second biggest star, and then Al Franken at number 3. But again, this is 2002 Al Franken. And then, Stephen Colbert was definitely an up-and-comer. He was still just a correspondent on The Daily Show. He was a couple years off from the Colbert Report. But, you ever get a tattoo? Probably not. I don't think I would. He's the mom in American History X. Yep. They probably hurt. I mean, they don't feel good. So yeah, it was like the show started. The roast started with Paul Schaefer doing a musical number about how they couldn't get anyone good. Like, they were very aware of the fact that for as big a star as Chevy Chase had once been, by 2002, nobody wanted to do his roast. He said Steve Martin and Martin Short, along with Nathan Lane, did a... what was your question, Nick Face? Did a like a pre-recorded bit. I don't see a question, Killface. Rock a ponytail. Yeah, don't have any hair ties. Oprah, Rosie O'Donnell, and Martha Stewart go. Marry Martha, fuck Rosie, kill Oprah. Because Oprah has done immense harm to the world. That is true. But again, the amount of harm she has done is incalculable. She played a part. She played a significant part in the return of fucking measles. Like, fucking measles has made a comeback. And Oprah played a big part in that. because she was a big platformer of what's her name? Oh, she's done also big. Sure, but I think the harm she's done might outweigh the good. Who is that name? Jen McCarthy. Janie McCarthy. Oprah gave Janie McCarthy a huge platform to push an anti-vax uh, anti-vax viewpoint, and she did not give a similar platform to debunking the shit that Jenny McCarthy had said. Doesn't the color purple outweigh the bad? But yeah, because like I said, Jenny McCarthy went on Oprah and talked about how vaccines gave her kid autism. Something that is not, was not actually supported by the science. And she had to suffer through that Tom Cruise interview. So I said, she had promoted Jenny McCarthy, and that really kickstarted. That got the anti-vax movement off to a start. She platformed Dr. Oz, gave him his own show, where he just became a straight up grifter. Whoever was giving him money, he would, he would promote, regardless of whether they actually have regardless of whether the shit he was pushing actually had any real health benefits, he was willing to push it for money. Dr. Oz caused more harm than Oprah. I mean, yeah, he's in a position to literally kill people now. Does Dr. Oz become head of human health and human services or whatever it's called? Yeah, does Dr. Oz become health services without Oprah? No. Do you think Dr. Phil's a real doctor? Wasn't he actually just a lawyer? Yeah, actually, he did get a doctorate in clinical psychology. Though his license to practice psychology expired in 2006. Kids eat Tide Pods for fun. So follow leader. Yeah, it's been 19 years since he's actually been licensed to practice psychology. Never shoplifted, no. All right, this is what I was unaware of. Okay, so Phil co-founded a trial consulting firm. They do dry runs of court cases in simulated courtrooms, and McGraw would offer advice about what parts of the lawyer's case worked and what parts did not. Okay. That Dr. Phil was tried at Nuremberg for crimes against humanity? Alas, not yet. So we got about a bunch of chapstick thieves in here. I'm reporting you to the authorities. No, I'm not. Fuck Walmart. You still from a mom and pop chapstick store? Well, that's not right. Don't steal from the mom and pop shops. Steal from the big conglomerates. I mean, shit, these days they practically encourage shoplifting. Self-checkouts? Self-checkouts are practically designed to allow people to shoplift. Still a bunch of cheap rings from Zayres when I was a young teen. Yeah, like you scan something in, put it in the bag. Oh, it didn't scan? Oh, well, not my fucking problem. Did it every day until they went under. How much chapstick were you stealing, dude? Also, how little chapstick were they selling? Enough to sink an empire. Like, I'm just saying, if like one chapstick a day was enough to enough to drive them out of business, they couldn't have been doing great business. Playing with them, holding my fingers up. They left the store. It's handcrafted. Sure, well, I'm just saying, if one chapstick a day was enough to drive them out of business, they couldn't have been doing all that well anyway. $34 straight. I mean, 34 years is actually a pretty good run for a small shop. Can I start to encourage outside jobs yet? Hey, I'm still looking for work. I don't keep applying for jobs. Gonna stunt man. Didn't even wear rings back then. KFC took away the double down. I've never heard the phrase 5-finger discount, so I thought that's what it meant. That's pretty funny. Ozzy Macas has just introduced the McGriddle. Cool. And yeah, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna get going now for tonight. So thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.